With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. Man, Bad Boys 2, or Bad Boys 3, I should say. Bad Boys 3, a movie that, I don't know about you, but I've been waiting for since 2003. July 2003 is when Bad Boys 2 hit the silver screen. I remember I was working at my drive-in theater at the time. I remember watching this movie quite a bit. I kind of feel this movie and The Island were Michael Bay at their finest in terms of action, right? Like it was Bad Boys 2, The Island, and then the first Transformers were kind of like those 4 years of Michael Bay giving a shit. Kind of what it feels like. He started with Bad Boys 2, peaked it with The Island. Island arguably his best work. Transformers, and then after that, oh my god. Oh my god. And we've been waiting for Bad Boys 3 for quite some time. Now, Joe Carnahan was originally going to direct it. He stepped out because of, I think, scheduling problems. And also, Sony is in a weird place right now where, as they've said, if they don't innovate, they will have to sell. And getting something like this off the ground, a vehicle for Will Smith to come back and be Will Smith again in a movie, is something all of us really want. So it says here that Bad Boys 3 is eyeing new directors and an August start date. I'm okay with that. After years in development hell, Bad Boys 3, aka Bad Boys for Life. I think that's a title. I think it's a horrible title. Just call it Bad Boys 3. We don't need a special Bad Boys for Life because, they're going to be BB4L, or something like that. And no, listen, the 90s died a long time ago, okay? The year 2000 took it out back and shot it in the head, and I think we're okay with that. Now, according to Deadline, black filmmakers, black being a feature film, Adil Arbi and Bilall Fallah are being eyed by Sony Pictures to direct the project and are aiming for a production start this August. Bruckheimer will return to produce, and actors Will Smith and Martin Lawrence will reunite to reprise their roles from the previous two films. Okay, so here's the thing with this too. The guys who are directing this, I looked them up real quick, and at least the Adil Arbi guy, he's only made a couple feature films, The Black and a couple other ones, but he is rumored at this point to be the person who's going to be helming Beverly Hills Cop 4. Right? Now, if you remember, Beverly Hills Cop 3 was directed by John Landis, which is weird. I didn't even realize that till today. But ultimately, it's that's a long gestating project that many people want to see because of Eddie Murphy as Axel Foley was great. And so if these guys are being looked at to do Beverly Hills Cop 4, given the fact that that's going to be an action comedy, an R-rated action comedy, then they might actually be the right people to tackle this project. I haven't seen any of their work, so I don't personally know. But I think at this point, Sony is just looking to bring in anyone to handle it. And if Will Smith and Martin Lawrence sign off on it, then I think they're going to be in good hands. And I'd much rather it be someone like these two guys who are unknown, who actually could give a crap. Michael Bay hasn't given a crap for years, right? The last movie Michael Bay made where I think he cared was Pain and Gain, because that was simply a dare to do a movie under $30 million budget, right? Anyway, Chris Bremner is penning the script, which previously had Joe Carnahan attached to write and direct. Carnahan left the project citing creative differences. So it wasn't scheduling, it was creative differences. Well, it's Sony. And Carnahan probably really wanted to take it super crazy. But if you go back and you watch like Smokin' Aces, which was an excellent dark comedy action thriller. I love Smokin' Aces. You can see what Carnahan can do with that type of gritty in your face commentary. But then go and watch something like 2010's A-Team, which Carnahan brought probably one of the most action-packed movies to screen I've ever seen. And I mean that literally. Go back and watch that movie again. Go watch the director's cut, the extended cut on home video. Way better. Because ultimately in that movie, there's an action scene every couple minutes, it feels like. Normally in most films, you get 3, maybe 4 action scenes, like usually on the 3 side. Here you got 6. Roughly, if I remember correctly. You got a lot. So him being on, the budget was probably too high. And so they I mean, look at Bad Boys 2. They go to Cuba and tear through Cuba. I mean, like, there was money Hollywood had in 2003. But now they don't really have that. So they're probably trying to keep the budget low, keep it under, I'm going to say maybe 60 to 75 million, keep it down lower, and then hope that it picks up from there. So, but we also, it goes on to say here, that recently a Bad Boys spinoff starring Gabrielle Union was ordered to pilot by NBC. Earlier, it was announced that Ghostbusters actor Ernie Hudson was tapped to co-star in the spin-off series. Now, if you remember, Gabrielle Union played Martin Lawrence's sister in Bad Boys 2, so her coming on to do this Bad Boys TV series, but with Ernie Hudson on board, I think what they're going to do is tie that together. So if it was up to me, which is not, but it would just be a smart play, to do Bad Boys 3, focus quite heavily on Gabrielle Union's character, then have her go from the movie to the TV series, and hope that the success from seeing this film on screen after all these years, you know, like over a decade and a half by the time it comes out, will give us a bit more interesting TV viewing. Look, I know what you're thinking. Who wants a Bad Boys television show? I'm with you, but we got Lethal Weapon. It's pretty good. We got Taken. It's pretty good. So we got MacGyver back, just saying, and it's pretty good. So who knows, if the right people are involved, it could be pretty good. And at this point, screw it, man. You know, screw it. I would rather there be something like this than not, right?